Okay. Last night, or no, it was 3 nights ago. Already screwing up. We're like 4 seconds in. 3 nights ago, Alabama beat Louisiana, and one of the last best group of 5 teams finally fell off the map, bringing us to our top 25. And folks, the era of randomly hopping around the map and winnowing down teams is over. From now on, the central theme will be throwing everything at Michigan and seeing if anything can slow them down. They may only have one slot on the wheel, but over half of the remaining teams border Michigan in some way. So regardless of where the wheel lands, the arrow will inevitably point to that navy blue blob absorbing the 13 colonies. And with that, we move on. 25 teams remaining. We're getting down to 24 tonight. We're going to do 1 game per day for the rest of this season. I think we're taking 1 day off in the 4th, but otherwise we are moving forward. On schedule, doing everything right. Let's shuffle this wheel and get going. On episode 110 of College Football 25 Season-Long Imperialism, the next team is... It's a rough break for the Crimson Tide, who just played against Louisiana. And that whole monologue about Michigan might be irrelevant unless the arrow goes a certain way. So here, we got the Tide. They have Vanderbilt directly north. That would be a titanic matchup and a rematch from one of the best games of the year in real life. Michigan to the northeast. They have South Carolina down here due east. A little bit ocean out here. And then Florida to the southeast. That would extend down here because of the way the arrow points and the fact that Alabama and Florida share a land border. And then directly south is just Gulf of Mexico. You have Houston going southwest, Baylor directly west, a little bit of Missouri right here, and then Ole Miss to the northwest. Let's spin this arrow. This is one of the most consequential spins of the top 25. Where will the Tide play? Almost directly north. Oh boy, I think that's Vanderbilt. I'm pretty sure that's Vanderbilt, but I want to double check because you can never be too sure once we get down to this point in the series. We're going to pop this over here. Just scroll that. Yeah, that's Vandy. There's no other possibility other than that being Vanderbilt. So, this is the moment we've been waiting for. The Vanderbilt Commodores. They beat 3 different group of 5 teams to get to this point. This is their 4th game, and now they have to face the Tide. Who will win in this incredibly consequential battle? Let's get it set up. It's going to be Bama on the road because they were landed on. Oopsie. There they are, a 95 overall with 94 offense, 94 defense. One of the only teams that can stand up to Michigan potentially if they survive this encounter with Vandy. There they are, an 80 overall, not a good defense. Alabama's favored, but that has meant nothing, both in real life and in Imperialism. Got the black gold uniform. You got the road, home alternate. You know what? We're going all black. All black for Vandy. They are coming out swinging, ready to go. And we will go with the home uniform for Bama to really get that crimson energy going. Let's roll. Bama versus Vandy. And it's 7 o'clock, but it's winter. We're going nightcap for this. Let's go. Both of these teams are now playing in their 4th game of Imperialism. Alabama was tested throughout. They beat South Alabama, Georgia, and Louisiana to make it here. Vanderbilt beat Memphis, Middle Tennessee State, and Western Kentucky in order to make it to this incredible battle between 2 SEC teams. One, a perennial powerhouse, and the other, not used to playing big-time football, but they are here and ready to challenge everyone. That's a great fight song. Nothing else can be said about that. It's a fantastic fight song. So we have Vanderbilt kicking off to the Tide to start this thing, and we are underway. Pull up both rosters now. Tide are going to return this to the 5, 10 to the 15. He's going to be taken down right there at the 17-yard line. So here comes Jalen Milroe and the Alabama offense. Just like fighting off all these ads. There we go. All right, this is all set up and ready to go. Jalen Milroe on 1st and 10 for the Tide from the 17-yard line. He's going to hand out to Haynes. No, he pulls it back. Waits, wants to go deep in the first play. Under pressure, he avoids the sack up to the 20, 25, an incredible run by Jalen Milroe for 8 yards. That play was over in like 9 different ways, but Jalen Milroe turned it into an 8-yard gain. So it'll be 2nd and 2 for Alabama. Milroe going to set everything up in the shotgun here. Trips to the left. Ryan Williams in press coverage at the top of your screen. He hands it off instead to Haynes, and Haynes with a huge hole up the gut. He is going to stiff arm a man. There he goes. 50, 45, 40, 35, and he goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line. What an incredible run by Justice Haynes. You have got to be kidding me with that run. I mean, just a brutal stiff arm on number 1 of Vanderbilt's defense, C.J. Taylor, one of their better players. And that'll be 1st and 10. They're already in field goal range of the 30-yard line. Milroe changes the entire formation. He takes a snap, hands it off to Haynes. He goes up the gut again, 25-20. Cuts back inside, and he gets another 1st down to the 19-yard line. Justice Haynes. I mean, he is making his presence felt these first 2 carries, and Vanderbilt's going to have their hands full. And this stream might not be too long, folks. Alabama, I mean, really at this point, I'll talk about this more once this drive ends. I feel like it might end on this play. Milroe on the gun, Ryan Williams in press coverage at the top of your screen. They hand it up to Haynes again. That's Jam Miller on the outside, and Miller is dropped for a 2-yard loss. Langston Patterson, the main guy there, at middle linebacker to make the stop. And really, as we continue in this tournament, it makes less sense to hide and just sort of wait for the end. You want to try and get that extra life if you can get it. And Alabama only 2 wins away. They need to just keep getting landed on and get that extra life before we get to the end game. 2nd and 12. Miller hands off to Miller. This time, he still doesn't get anything. Technically a 2-yard gain, but it's a good tackle, I believe, by Linus Zunk. I might be wrong on that. It's 3rd and 10 now for Bama. Vandy can make a huge defensive stop here. After a couple of incredible runs by Justice Haynes, he's back into the game on 3rd down. Ryan Williams in press coverage once again. Milroe throws deep, caught by Dupree, and that's going to be just short of the end zone. It's 1st and goal from the 2. He might have had Ryan Williams open deep, but he didn't go for it. There might have been a safety coming over there to intercept it. So he just waited. He knew Dupree was going to use his physicality to get open, and then he did. 1st and goal from the 2 now for Alabama. Milroe with goal line specialist Jam Miller behind him. He waits, throws to the end zone, touchdown. Robbie Ousts, the number 2 tight end on this team, gets open on a simple flat route and makes it happen there on 1st and goal. Alabama wastes no time. They don't want to risk a short field goal, even with a very good kicker. So it'll be the extra point attempt now for Graham Nicholson to put Alabama up by 7. This does not feel like a Friday, but it is. Kick is up and good. And Alabama takes a 7-0 lead. Now, Vanderbilt had a good offense in their first 3 games, but they were playing against Group of 5 opposition. It was good Group of 5 opposition. Like, Memphis is a good team. Western Kentucky's Middle Tennessee's not that good. So they're just going to step up and do it again, just like they did in real life in this stadium back in October. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line after a difficult return there. And here comes Diego Pavia. Just fought a court case in order to get an extra year of eligibility. It might not have been a court case, but he won his legal battle. And he gets to stay with this Vanderbilt team for another season. He drops back. He's under pressure. He's sacked on the first play. Keon Keeley once again. Keeley is quickly filling out his resume to be the Defensive Player of the Year in Imperialism. Had a couple huge plays so far for Bama. Let's take a look at his stat line. Keeley, that's his 7th tackle for loss. He now has 4.5 sacks in this tournament. It's one of the best stat lines in all of Imperialism. He also has 1 pass breakup in this tournament. At least 2nd and 16. Vanderbilt is in deep trouble early on. They hand it off to number 28 outside, trying to break a tackle. And he only picks up 2. That's Cedric Alexander with the run. And it's quickly looking like it's going to be a death toll, or a death knell for the Vanderbilt Commodores, who have survived all the way to the top 25, ranked in Imperialism just like they were ranked in real life. Press coverage to the top of your screen. Pavia waits. Does he have a deep ball? He might. He does! Wide open. It's number 5. Richie Hoskins, the 5th, makes the catch and gets out of bounds. 1st and 10 from the 32. Vanderbilt finally finding some offense. And that's just a huge mistake by the defense, because that wasn't the guy that was in press coverage. He just sort of flew into the gap left when they were following the number 11 way outside. And now it's 1st and 10. It's a fake handoff. Pavia wants to go deep again. He's under pressure. He gets the throw away just before he's sacked. And Hoskins is able to turn that into a 6-yard gain. Pavia just using some very high-level awareness there to know where the rushes were, how much time that he had, and where his open safety valve receiver was going to be. And that's why he designed those routes. You have to turn incomplete passes into 6-yard gains and turn sacks into 6-yard gains. Another fake handoff to Alexander. Pavia throws. That's going to be a flag on Vanderbilt. It's coming back, either holding or an eligible man downfield. Yeah. I mean, they call it so much, both in real life and in this game. It's a frustrating penalty. Brings it to 2nd and 9 for Vandy. Pavia throws it. And that, oh my God. They're going to call that an incompletion. It technically was. I guess he never really had control. But that popped up in the air after it hit somebody's foot. That could have been intercepted. Or caught by a lineman and picking him a couple extra yards. You have to fight for everything against Bama. 3rd and 9 now. Pavia rolls out, throws deep. What a throw! Quincy Skinner Jr. with the catch. Diego Pavia fits that into a tight window. It's another 1st down for Vanderbilt. That was really good. No wonder this guy wants to play another year at college. Pavia on the gun now, trips to the right. He's going to throw short. It's another completion for Diego Pavia. They're not going to the run game a lot, but I would assume that Alabama has a massive advantage when it comes to defensive line versus offensive line. So anytime you run the ball, it's really going to be for a loss unless you know you have the right blocking scheme set up at the snap. 2nd and 3. Pavia with Alexander in the backfield. They might run here, but they won't. He's under pressure, throws it outside to Alexander, and he tried to spin on number 0, and number 0 was having none of it. That was Deontay Lawson, the Sting linebacker, just obliterating that play. Looked like number 9 might have been supposed to block him. It's Eli Stowers, but he was going too fast. 3rd and 8. Pavia avoids the sack for a second, rolls out. You've got to be kidding me. He got the 1st down. Mr. Clutch, Diego Pavia, living up to his name. I mean, he outran number 58. I forgot his name. Let me try and find out who that is. That's Caden Carver, who almost got to him, but couldn't quite bring down Pavia, and he was able to scramble outside and just push the ball forward before getting whammed. Another fake to Alexander. A short throw is going to be complete on the RPO slant to Eli Stowers. It's going to be a 5-yard pickup for 2nd down. And Vanderbilt is playing like the underdog. They have that mentality. But they also know they have the manpower and the talent to actually win this game. It's not some video game fantasy. It happened. And it almost destroyed Alabama's football program. 2nd and 5. That is the end of the 1st quarter. Vanderbilt is marching methodically into field goal range, down by 7 at the start of the 2nd quarter. Let's see how this goes. Pavia throws a wide receiver screen. That's going to be caught by Skinner, but it's a loss of 1. Bama played that perfectly. They flew everybody in for the blitz, and then number 8 stayed back to shut him down. That was Smith, I guess. He's not listed on the depth chart, so I don't really know who that is. Oh, it's Devontae Smith, the strong safety. Pavia on 3rd and 6. Throws deep. Does he have him again? He does! Another incredible catch to Richie Hoskins. This offense only operates on 3rd down. That is insane. I could not believe they keep pulling this off. They're riding this game on a razor's edge, but it keeps working. 1st and 10 from the 13 for Vanderbilt. Pavia to Alexander, nothing. And this is what I was talking about. The run game is going to be a lost cause. That's another big TFL for Caden Carver. I believe that's his 4th of the season. And it's going to be entirely on the shoulders of Diego Pavia. 2nd and 11 here from the 14-yard line. Goes to Alexander. He gets a hole this time. Oh my God! Oh man! Cedric Alexander. That was the most electrifying drive in the 110 episodes we've done of this series. Flies outside and then just executes a perfect spin move. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Vanderbilt's going to tie this game, and Alabama, they have an actual challenge on their hands. 14 plays, 86 yards. Vanderbilt was flawless on 3rd down. And they're here to stay, folks. This is going to be a full-time game. Bama returns the kick here up to the 17-yard line once again. So here comes Jalen Milroe for Bama's 2nd drive of the game. They flawlessly executed the 1st drive. Let's see if they can do that again here. And this time, Justice Haynes is dropped for only a 1-yard pickup. Blocks don't get set. Vanderbilt stacks the box. And they really neutralize that one well. 2nd and 9 now for the Tide. It's a read option Haynes. Milroe takes it, and he doesn't get much either. 2 defenders for Vanderbilt step up and make the stop, and I don't know if you'd call a run on 2nd and 9. They're trying to just figure out how good their line is, like whether Milroe can outrun these guys. Doesn't look like he can. It's going to be on his shoulders to get a pass to execute this 3rd down. Vanderbilt stacking the box. They rush 4. Milroe throws deep, open, and dropped. Justice Haynes, I think, was the guy on it. He dropped the ball, and Alabama's going to have to punt it right back to Vanderbilt. Watch out, folks. We could be seeing a huge upset on our hands before Bama can get that extra life. There goes the punt. Will be returned by Vanderbilt. Can he make the move in the first guy? No. So Vandy will get started at the 31-yard line. It's 1st and 10 for their offense. Let's see what Pavia can do on Act 2. So fake to Alexander. He throws inside to Hoskins. And Hoskins picks up 5. And RPOs are going to be a huge factor in this. Because you know, it's not as much about reading the receiver route. It's just about seeing whether the blocking is totally screwed. And just taking your chances on an outside pass. So Bama, what they need to do is try and fly in for interceptions there, because that's how they can get turnovers. Alexander only picks up 1 yard that time. It's Devontae Smith stepping in to make the tackle for the Crimson Tide. And it'll be 3rd and 4. Vanderbilt has yet to miss on a 3rd down. Let's see if they can keep that streak going right here. Pavia lines them up in the empty set. 5 wide receivers out there. He throws deep. You have got to be joking! Touchdown, Vanderbilt! Eli Stowers, the redshirt junior transfer, runs away, and as many underdogs have before Vanderbilt, They find a deep middle pass to a receiver in that middle zone of the field. Diego Pavia executes perfectly. No one's able to cover him. And Vanderbilt has taken a 14-7 lead at home against the Alabama Crimson Tide. Here comes the extra point attempt for Brock Taylor, their place kicker, to give Vandy a 14-7 lead. Kick is up and good. 3 plays, 69 yards. It was long and arduous the first time. Vandy's like, yeah, no, we can score fast too. We just get down there and throw a deep ball quickly. So y'all don't have anything on us. We're going to match you step for step, blow for blow. Y'all better be ready, Bama. Let's be down to the 15-yard line, and Alabama will get started right there. Jalen Milroe suddenly down by 7. It's going to be a quick handoff to Haynes up the middle. He tries to follow his blocker, but is taken down on the play by number 20. And he's not listening to the depth chart anymore. That's a shame. It'll be 2nd and 7 for Alabama. They've had deficits before. They were down 10-0 early on to Georgia in that huge game. And they ended up winning that 14-10. Milroe rolls out, under pressure, throws it away at the last second. It's going to be 3rd and 7. I think that got back to the line of scrimmage, because that was nearly a catastrophic sack for Bama. 3rd and 7 now. The pressure is on Jalen Milroe's shoulders once again. Will he rise to the occasion? Milroe throws open, caught by C.J. Dupree. They couldn't get there for the instant hit, and Dupree is able to pick up another crucial first down for this Alabama offense. They've gotten out to the 37. I mean, it's superstars at every single position. They just have so much talent on this team, a lot of young talent. It's still coming into their own, but it's absolutely there. 1st and 10. Milroe throws short to be a screen outside of Dupree. Dupree breaks a tackle, but number 1, C.J. Taylor, does his job. Even though he couldn't actually bring Dupree down, forced him out of bounds. By the time he was free, he couldn't get his feet set to turn back up north-south. It'll be 2nd and 6 for Alabama now. Double fake. Milroe throws out short. It's going to be out of bounds. And is that going to be an eligible man downfield again? By who? Wow. So they're going to make this they'll just call it an incomplete pass because he was out of bounds before he caught it. But it's incomplete anyway, so whatever. 3rd and 6. Milroe throws deep. Open again. It's Ryan Williams. He is starting to make his presence felt. He had a late touchdown to put Louisiana away. It was a deep ball scored. Now we're at the 2-minute timeout. Bama will not go away quietly. They got a little contingency of fans down in the corner, and they are here to party. And they'll give a piss about nothing but the tide. 1st and 10. Milroe throws deep. Open again. And that's going to be Emmanuel, I think. Oh, what's his name? Touchdown, Bama. We tie the game. Emmanuel Henderson Jr. gets into the end zone. And this is going to be an explosive, crazy game. Williams goes and congratulates him. Yeah, he's not listening to the step chart, but I do have his name. Emmanuel Henderson Jr. Gets open on the cross route. Nobody can stay with him. It was Fournette's responsibility, and he couldn't, or Fontenette's responsibility. And that's a linebacker / corner player. That's not going to be somebody that can stay with a Alabama wide receiver. So here comes the extra point. Nicholson ties it up. We got ourselves a ball game. 6 plays, 85 yards. Not much defense to be found here. And Vanderbilt just has to keep pace. They have to maintain that self-belief, the aura that allowed them to beat Alabama in real life, where you step out there and you know deep in your heart that you're the best player on that field. Even if nobody else agrees with you, you have to believe it. It's a good return for Vandy up to the 21-yard line, and here comes Diego Pavia once again. Alexander goes out wide. Pavia fakes, throws to Alexander, and he is dropped in the backfield. Devontae Smith with a huge tackle for loss. It'll be 2nd and 14. They're not going to call a timeout. I mean, Smith just stepped in. Looked like I might have been an illegal block if the receiver actually held on to that. So, couldn't do much against it. 2nd and 14 now for Vandy. They're really running the clock down here. Pavia, pump fakes. Under pressure, throws outside to Alexander again. And he gets some of the yardage back, but it's going to be a timeout, Vandy. And why not? Who cares it's 3rd and 11? You haven't missed a 3rd down yet today. You can call on all the right plays in this scenario. So let's see if they can do it one more time. Pavia hands it off to... Well, they made the wrong choice. They just handed it off at the middle, forced Alabama to call another timeout, and now the Tide are going to get the ball with great field position and a minute to go before halftime to try and take the lead here. There goes the punt from Jesse Mirko. And fair caught by Cole Adams there for Alabama. So Milroe gets set from the 36. Here's 1st and 10 for Alabama. Throws short. It's going to be knocked away. Almost picked off because that was probably bouncing around before it hit the ground. But the Vandy defenders didn't realize it. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 36 for Bama. Let's see if this Vanderbilt defense can come up with a stop and potentially get the ball back for their offense to have one more shot before halftime. Milroe launches deep to the sideline. It is caught by Dupree, but it was certainly very close. The defender tried to force him out. But Dupree got at least 1 foot down. It'll be 3rd and 2 for the Crimson Tide. Milroe gets everything set. Vanderbilt rushes 4. He's got plenty of time. Throws open to the sideline, and Haynes stepped out of bounds. It's a 3 and out for Alabama. And that's user error by Justice Haynes. Vanderbilt didn't have to use a single timeout. They're going to get the ball back. They got a ways to go, but they have plenty of resources here to score before they get the ball again to start the second half. This is Vanderbilt's chance to put this game away and really win it. They can put the pressure on Alabama, something fierce here. Pavia throws short. It's going to be caught. Can he get out of bounds? Stowers. He does get out of bounds. And that'll stop the clock with 33 seconds to go. It'll be 2nd and 1. Good effort by him to get outside of that defender flying in. He didn't get the first down, but he crucially stepped out of bounds while he was moving forward so that they could stop the clock and save a timeout. Pavia on the shotgun. He's under pressure, rolls out. He's been loving this today. He gets the first down to the 35, to the 40, 45, 50, 45, and they call a timeout. What an incredible run from Diego Pavia. He will just find a way. He doesn't care about the odds. He's like Han Solo out there. 1st and 10 for the Commodores. Pavia throws deep. You've got to be kidding me. Does he have a man down there? He does! What an incredible dot thrown by Diego Pavia. It's 1st and goal from the 3. They have 2 timeouts. They can call whatever plays they want. Vanderbilt with a massive opportunity right here. Pavia, just a gorgeously floated moon ball flying into the air, dropping down at the perfect time. I think that was Quincy Skinner Jr. making the catch. 1st and goal for the Commodores. I mean, they've been playing this flawlessly. Is this where Alabama drops out of this tournament, just like in real life? Pavia, under pressure, throws to the end zone. Touchdown, Richie Hoskins. Vanderbilt retakes the lead right before halftime. and they will get the ball to start the second half, which gives us the absolutely wild scenario of Vandy putting Alabama in Super Sim. Folks, it could happen. We've seen it happen with our own eyes when the actual teams played in this stadium, in First Bank Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. Less than half the size of Bryant-Denny. But it doesn't matter. It's alive tonight. It's lit tonight. Kick is up and good. It's 21-14 Vanderbilt. I mean, what a way to kick off the top 25. Like, now that we're down to these last couple teams, it's just going to be banger after banger going forward. Maybe Kennesaw State will step up and actually have a good game. Who knows? I'm not going to rule anything out at this point. There goes Bama's kickoff. It's going to be dropped at about the 20-yard line. Let's see if Alabama chooses to try anything here. It's going to be a shotgun formation. Maybe they go for a deep ball. Milrow hands off to Jam Miller, and they're just going to do a quick run. And that will end this first half. Vanderbilt will receive the kickoff. This is going to be some fun. And that is the end of the first half. 5 touchdowns combined in the first 14 minutes. And I cannot wait to see where this one goes. There goes the kick. And the return's not great, but they've had worse circumstances in this game already. 1st and 10 for Vandy. Pavia waits, throws, long, and that's knocked away. Xavier Brown made it tight confines for the Vanderbilt wide receiver who could not make the catch. And it'll be 2nd and 10 now from the 13. This is where you would want to have a more competent running game so you could try and make this shorter, but I don't think they can trust Cedric Alexander to do that tonight. 2nd and 10. They fake to Alexander. Pavia runs it himself. Of course he does. Of course he does. It's 1st and 10 Vandy. Diego Pavia has been a read option expert tonight. He's channeling the spirit of Spencer Petras, the short yardage king from Utah State. And it's 1st down Vanderbilt at the 28-yard line. What an incredible read by Pavia. Bama rushes an extra defender. Pavia just throws it to avoid the sack. Smart play. It was a weird angle at that throw, but really he wasn't targeting anything. He was just trying to target the sideline and get it past the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 now for Vandy. Pavia under pressure again, throws it short. He's just reading the field right. He knows when to go for the deep balls. We've seen it already. When everything's breaking down, just get positive yardage, especially when you have no running game to speak of. Like, get those little dink and dunk plays. Make them work. They have to work. 3rd and 4. Pavia throws it deep. You got to be kidding me. It's another successful 3rd down conversion. Junior Sherrill has his first catch of this game. And it's 1st and 10 from the 42. They just don't stop. Like, I don't know how a 94 overall defense is getting gashed this bad on every single 3rd down. It's really inexplicable. Goes to Alexander. This time he picks up about 3 yards. That's as good as you can ask for from him. He does have that incredible spin move touchdown in the red zone, but in these middle of the field scenarios, it's very, very difficult against a good defensive line to make that work. So he's taking what he can get and making the most of it. Pavia on the shotgun. Hands it off to Alexander. He tries to go up the middle. Can't really fall forward, but he does pick up 3 more yards. That'll make it 3rd and 4. It makes those sideline shorter passes available for Pavia. But this is going to be a very, very difficult 3rd down to convert. Right around midfield. It's a tough spot. Let's see how they call this. 3rd and 4. Pavia throws short. He missed the throw. It goes wide. It was a miscommunication. And Vanderbilt is going to have to punt on their free drive. So now they're extremely thankful they got a touchdown at the end of the first half because they ended up not doing anything with this drive. They did run 2 minutes off the clock, but that's about it. Mirko sends it deep. It's a good punt out to the 18-yard line. That is where the Tide will get started. Milroe in the shotgun. Fake to Haynes. He's going to throw short. It's going to be caught. And Emmanuel Henderson almost stayed on his feet there. It's up to the 39. Another first down for the Tide. Good throw. Good catch. I mean, they're just doing what is expected of them, really. They're finding these openings, and they're playing like a 94 overall offense against a 74 overall defense. 4 wide receivers set. It's a run. No, it's a fake to Haynes. Milroe throws short again. That's going to be caught again. Emmanuel Henderson Jr. is earning his NIL money tonight. He is rolling out there. 1st and 10. They're already in field goal range, but they need more. They need pay dirt. You got to pass the buck back to the underdog and force them to keep playing at your level. 1st and 10. Milroe throws intermediate again, and that's Emmanuel Henderson again. Whoever's covering him is not doing a good job because he is just scorching this defense. At least 1st and 10 now for Alabama from the 24-yard line. They just keep marching closer to that game-tying score. 3.5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Henderson gets set up in the slot. It's a run to Haynes. He cuts back over to the middle, and Vanny's able to shut that down for only a 3-yard pickup. It's a good play by the defense to keep this tight. 2nd and 7 now for Alabama. They're in the red zone, looking to punch this in and tie this game to keep their Imperialism campaign alive as one of the only teams that can match up star power-wise to Michigan. Milroe throws deep, caught by Justice Haynes. 1st and goal from the 8-yard line coming up. Milroe slicing and dicing this defense right when he absolutely has to. He struggled in the 2nd quarter, but he is making things work tonight in the 3rd. Weird bunch formation with 4 receivers to the left side. Milroe hands it off to Miller. He's got plenty of blockers. Stiff arms a man, but he's taken down. Vanderbilt's defense was persistent, and number 9 eventually makes the tackle. I don't know who it is. He's not listed on the depth chart. It's Thomas. Let's see if we can find him listed on the depth chart or the stat sheet. Lost audio for a second. Milroe throws short, dropped. That was Anton Thomas who made the play on the last play, but it's 3rd and goal from the 8 after the pass breakup there. This is Vandy's moment. They can force a short field goal attempt here and really take control of this ball game if their offense gets going again. 3rd and goal. Milroe throws to the end zone, sideline, touchdown. Ryan Williams with another clutch catch. It was an obvious double cover setup from the beginning, and it did not matter. Because only one guy stayed with him. The other one went down to the running back, and as soon as you have one-on-one in the back corner, you send it to one of the most talented receivers we've ever seen in Ryan Williams. Bama looking to get it the 3rd tie of this ball game at 21-21. There's going to be a booth review, but that's a catch. That has to be a catch. And it is. 21-20 here. Here comes the extra point from Graham Nicholson. Kicks up and good. An 8-play, 81-yard drive right when they needed it. Now Alabama will kick it back to Vanderbilt. And Diego Pavia, his job is not done yet. He had to know that after he missed that throw on the first drive of the 2nd half. He's got to step out there, put that Superman cape back on, and guide the Commodores to an upset win. It's what he expects of himself. It's what his coach expects of him. It's what his fans desperately crave. Press coverage here on 1st and 10. Pavia throws outside. He's got an extra blocker, and that's going to be Junior Sherrill, I believe. Yeah, Junior Sherrill making the catch for a 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. They ran RPO again, and maybe they could have had a deep ball there if they called an audible, but just get the yardage. Run the clock. Go win your game. 2nd and 3. Pavia, under pressure, throws the sideline. Caught by Alexander. He breaks a tackle, falls forward just short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 1. This is where Alabama has to make their stand because they're not in the lead right now. They're tied. They still have to have another drive on offense just to win this game. 3rd and 1. No one's covering the slot receiver. Absolutely no one is covering Quincy Skinner. Pavia hands it off, and he's not going to get there. There was no one covering the slot receiver, and Pavia missed it. Devontae Smith steps in, helps to make the tackle. It was also Jihad Campbell helping to make the stop. And Vandy has to punt it away, and it's going to come down to their defense. Heartbreak there for Diego Pavia. Cole Adams tries to get this return, and he falls forward up to the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 for Bama, 34 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Milrow, under pressure, throws to the sideline. It's going to be caught. That's number 9 making a rare catch. Who the heck is that? He's not listed anywhere. Who? There it is. Richard Young. He's a backup running back for this team. Making a big play there. 2nd and 8. They hand it off up the middle. It's going to be Haynes. Nope, it's Jam Miller picking it up to the 48-yard line. And we will start the 4th quarter with the most important defensive play of the day for Vanderbilt. Press coverage across the board. They're looking to blitz Jalen Milrow. I don't know if that's the best idea. They hand it off to Jam Miller, and he does not get there. Langston Patterson is able to sprint up and show some grown man strength to take down Jam Miller. It'll be 4th and 1 for Alabama. They're going to punt it away, and the defense does their job. There goes the kick. And that's going to go, oh my God. Almost a perfect punt, but it goes out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Diego Pavia in the shotgun. Throw outside. It's going to be Sherrill with the catch, but he only picks up 2. Alabama's starting to figure out the quick game. They're sending more pressure. They're recognizing how to fly past the blockers that are set up to hold these to short gains. 2nd and 8 now for Vanderbilt. How do you counter it? Pavia hands it off. It's going to be the backup running back, and that never works. It never, ever works. That was number 23, A.J. Newberry, getting the carry, and Tim Keenan III is able to get back there for a TFL. And now it's 3rd and 10. Far from field goal range. Vandy needs a miracle. Pavia throws deep, open and caught. And the first miracle comes through, and his name is Quincy Skinner, Jr. Making a fantastic catch, just coming back on that hook route and providing an opening for his quarterback. 1st and 10 for Vandy. Pavia hands it off to Alexander. Can he try and get blockers? No. It's a good tackle for only 2 yards. And I love the way all the dirt and mud gets onto these all black uniforms and make them look gold a little bit. It's a fantastic look. All the attention to detail in this game. 2nd and 8. Pavia rolls. Can he get another first down with his legs? He can. Jihad Campbell makes the tackle, but it is too late. They're not prepped to contain him, and he has taken advantage of that on many occasions. Another first down for Vanderbilt. They're about 20-ish yards away from solid field goal range, so they got to keep going. 4:25 to go. Pavia fakes the handoff, throws deep. That's going to be caught. Richie Hoskins, the fifth, almost dropped that pass, but he held on to the 40-yard line. Vanderbilt just keeps on trucking. It's a gorgeous throw. Very tough catch. That was almost picked off by number 1, Damani Jackson. But instead, it's first down, Vandy. He sends Sherrill in motion. It's a fake push pass, and it's a handoff, and it doesn't go far. It'll be 2nd and 9 for Vandy. Pavia knows what his real-life counterpart did. He knows how they were able to beat Alabama on the actual gridiron. And he wants to match that here in Imperialism. 2nd and 9. Pavia throws short. It's going to be caught. And that's how you get your backup running back involved. A.J. Newberry, after a terrible first run, gets the angle catch to work. It's going to be 3rd and 1 for Vandy. They're now fully in field goal range. They're in business, but they need to get another first down. They got to put the pressure on him and not give this ball back to Bama. Alexander goes out wide for a possible swing pass. Pavia sends it. Beautiful throw. I mean, they were going down the field with the swing pass. They knew that's where Pavia was going. And just for that split second, it opened up the hole for the receiver. I think that might have been Quincy Skinner Jr. making that catch. It's 1st and 10 to the 24, and Vanderbilt can run some more clock. Alabama at some point is going to have to call their timeouts. Goes to Alexander. He pushes forward and falls down for a 3-yard gain. They're starting to gain the physical advantage. It looks like Vandy can actually pull this off. But as they get closer, that field goal gets more and more difficult. They have to go for the touchdown. They can't just wait for the field goal. It's too good of an opportunity to pass up. Empty set here for Pavia. He throws short, caught. It'll be 3rd and 2. It's another throw. I think that might have been Cedric Alexander. Or was Newberry again? I'm not sure. And that's the 2-minute timeout. We are right down to the wire, folks. Don't go anywhere. And if you're enjoying this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because that stuff really helps the algorithm. Like, it's not a joke. It really, really does. 3rd and 2. That's a run for Newberry, and he does get the first down, just barely. They give it to the backup running back, and it actually works. Will wonders never cease? Keon Keeley makes the stop, but it was not in time. 1st and 10 for the 14. Alabama still not calling their timeout. Pavia under center. They might run again here. And they will. And it doesn't go anywhere. 2nd and 9. Bama still not calling their timeout. I mean, they must be absolutely sure that he's going to miss this kick. And honestly, he might. It's a close field goal. We've seen so many misses, but like, for the 10, it's a little bit easier to make. So this is a really, really risky strategy by Alabama not using their timeouts here. Pavia sends a man in motion. He's going to hand it off to Alexander, who jukes outside of the 5 to the end zone, just barely short. Alabama calls their first timeout, and Vanderbilt has to get the touchdown because this is a miss. This is a missed field goal if they try it from 18. They have to get it in right here. 69 seconds to go. Pavia hands it off. Can he get to the end zone? Yes, he can! Cedric Alexander gets it in there. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. They take a 28-21 lead with only 1 minute and 6 seconds on the clock. Man, am I glad the apartment's empty tonight, because I can go off. I can flex my excitement muscles, and I can love that this upset that we've been waiting for 110 episodes is actually on the verge of coming true. Here's the extra point from Brock Taylor. Snap, pulled, kick is good. 15 plays, 80 yards, 5.5 minutes. One of the best drives we've seen in this tournament. Their 4th touchdown against a 94 overall defense. Does the slipper still fit? It's a decent kick return for Bama, but they need a touchdown. They have exactly 1 minute and 2 timeouts to pull it off. Milroe in the shotgun with Justice Haynes next to him. Ryan Williams is at the bottom of your screen with Emmanuel Henderson next to him. Milroe throws deep. It's caught wide open. CJ Dupree, and he gets out of bounds to the 38. They're taking the easy stuff right now. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Crimson Tide. Why did you have to start? Yeah, I don't know. 1st and 10. Milroe throws deep. Wide open, Jeremy Bernard. Up to the 32-yard line. Bama calls their 2nd timeout. And now they got to take some shots to the end zone. They do have time. A sack does not end this game. Press coverage on Emmanuel Henderson. That might be a horrible idea. Milroe has a man open, waits, throws short. He had an open touchdown to Henderson, but did not make the throw. That is a baffling choice from Jalen Milroe. And it'll be 2nd and 3 from the 26. They're not calling a timeout either. They are playing fast and loose with the clock here. 28 seconds to go. Milroe's going to spike the ball on 2nd and 3 to save the timeout, I guess. But really, we've seen some horrible clock management in a couple of these recent games. Virginia Tech did a terrible job. Minnesota did an even worse job. And Alabama might be doing it too. Is Kalen DeBoer okay? Somebody check in on Kalen DeBoer. 3rd and 3. Milroe throws to the end zone. It's caught by Ryan Williams. And this is going to be a high-pressure situation. 18 seconds to play. 1st and goal from the 8. It all comes down to this. Milroe, under pressure, rolls out, floats it out, and we'll just make that be 2nd and goal from the 8. He cannot take a sack. Now that we're under 15 seconds, a sack ends the game. Vanderbilt's 1 sack away from winning and pulling off a shocking upset in their home stadium. 2nd and goal from the 8. Milroe has 3 wide receivers to his left, Dupree to his right. He drops back, throws to the end zone, touchdown! CJ Dupree gets open, stays in front of his man, and ties the ball game with just 8 seconds to go. And this instant classic, this opener to the top 25, is probably going to overtime, as it should. Milroe felt the moment, and CJ Dupree made a difficult catch, held on after a big-time hit from Martell Height. And they're an extra point away from tying this game. Here's Graham Nicholson. Only 1 extra point has been missed this entire tournament, and it was on Super Sims, so I sincerely doubt it'll happen here, but it just might. Nicholson's kick is not happening yet because we have a timeout first. And now we're going to do it. Nicholson's kick to tie the game and send it to overtime is good. They didn't signal. The refs didn't signal there. I got horrified. But with 8 seconds to go, Vanderbilt has 2 timeouts. Will they try anything crazy here? Or will they just take a knee and send it to overtime? Let's find out. Kick return goes to the 15, and he's taken down. 5 seconds to go. And they might try something. They have press coverage here. Pavia just going to hand it off to Alexander, and he is taken down. That'll take us to overtime. Here we go, folks. We're going to skip right to it. We don't need to see the rules. Let's roll. Bama wins the toss, so they will start on defense. Vanderbilt will pick their side, and Diego Pavia will get on the field first. Here we go. Overtime between Alabama and Vanderbilt. Let's get it started. Pavia on the shotgun with 4 wide receivers. Cedric Alexander next to him. Goes to Alexander on 1st and 10. He tries to cut inside and only picks up 1 yard. Jihad Campbell with a very good tackle. It's going to have to be him. It needs to be Diego Pavia in this moment. 2nd and 9 for the 24. I'm getting Maryland Penn State flashbacks. Pavia throws. Beautiful throw! Eli Stowers all the way down to the 1. 1st and goal. He found a seam that only existed for a split second, made the throw, and it's 1st and goal from the 1. What a play from Pavia to Eli Stowers. This game has been full of heroes on both sides. Who's going to come out victorious? We have yet to find out. They send Stowers in motion. Pavia, Alexander, touchdown Vanderbilt. The Commodores only take 3 plays, and they crash into the end zone for their 5th touchdown of the game. Cedric Alexander makes his presence felt. They're going to kick this extra point. And now Alabama has to match. So much is riding on this game. Michigan might be on their way to an Imperialism championship if Vanderbilt wins here. Let's see how this extra point goes from Brock Taylor. Snap, hold, kick is good. 35-28, and now Alabama's going to get going on the other side. Vanderbilt will set up on defense, and here we go. Trips bunch left on 1st and 10. Justice Haynes is the running back with Jalen Milroe. He'll pass on 1st down, throws a short pass to Haynes, who falls forward for 3 yards. It's a good play, same setup. Now you got to find a similar seam. Just like Pavia did with Eli Stowers. Milroe in the empty set on 2nd and 7. Dead set on making a big play right here. He throws, short, completed to Justice Haynes, and it's another 1st down to the 10-yard line. Just short of 1st and goal. It's very important. Great throw, great catch. Linebacker couldn't cover it. Now it's goal line stand territory for Alabama. Milroe throws open to the end zone. Bernard is taken down just short. Jerry Bernard almost got the end zone. And now it's a true goal line stand. 2nd and inches from the 1. Alabama set up. They need a touchdown to tie and send this thing to double overtime. It would only be the 2nd double overtime game of Imperialism. Milroe sends a man in motion. Takes the snap. Throws to the end zone. Wide open. Dupree again. And Alabama ties this ball game, and with the extra point pending, we are going to double overtime for the first time in 33 episodes since Maryland battled Penn State in that all-time classic. Dupree just got open. Vandy could do nothing about it. Here comes the extra point from Graham Nicholson. And his kick is good. 4 plays, 25 yards. They made it look easy, and now we go to double overtime. Bama will get the ball first here once again. Going the other way this time. Milroe sets up shop. Hands it off, fakes the handoff to Miller. Throws deep, caught for a 1st down. It's 1st and goal from the 5. Jeremy Bernard once again. And Alabama, they are looking dangerous now. I mean, they are leaving nothing on the field. They are playing fast and loose. Finally living up to their 94 overall offensive rating. 1st and goal here. It's a run to Haynes, and he walks into the end zone. Alabama will now attempt the first 2-point conversion of this overtime to try and go up by 8 against Vanderbilt and really put the pressure on the Commodores. We'll see what they have drawn up in this moment. It's going to be the most consequential play call so far. Justice Haynes was easy. They got all the blocking right. Nobody was there. There was no second layer of defenders for Vanderbilt. We've gone over an hour, as we should for an overtime episode. Here comes the 2-point conversion attempt for Alabama. Milroe lines everybody up. This time they kind of have a second layer of defenders, but they're too far back. Milroe, under pressure, throws, knocked away! And Vandy makes the stop, and now a touchdown and 2-point conversion can win the game for the Commodores. Diego Pavia gets set up with everything in front of him. Press coverage at the top of your screen. He waits, under pressure, rolls out, and just barely gets the throw away. It will not be a sack. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 25 for Vandy. Can Alabama's defense make a huge stop here? Or will Vandy pull off the upset of a lifetime to take Alabama out of the championship conversation just like they were in real life? Pavia runs forward, and he'll just pick up some extra yards to make it for an easier 3rd down. They've been almost perfect on 3rd down. They missed a couple in the 3rd quarter, and it led Alabama right back into this game. But they have to convert here. They have no choice. Of course, it's 4-down territory, but they would love to get it here. Pavia in the empty set. It will all fall on his shoulders. They rush 4. Pavia throws short, 1st down. It's a big-time catch and the first of the day for Loic Fuanji. 1st and 10 from the 11. They just keep pushing forward. Can Vanderbilt actually pull it off in what has been an instant classic so far and will remain so regardless of whether they actually win this game? No one's covering the tight end directly. Pavia waits, throws for Stowers. He makes the catch. It'll be 2nd and 3 from the 4. This time he saw the wide open player. He missed it on an earlier play in the 4th quarter, but he catches it this time. Gets the completion to Stowers. It'll be 2nd and 3 from the 4. And they're able to run it now. Bama has that extra layer of defenders that's crucial in defending goal line runs. Pavia hands off to Alexander up the gut. He's taken down, but he picks up 1 yard. It'll be 3rd and 1 from the 3. They can pick up a yard here and stay alive. That's crucial. Let's see how they choose to call this. Pavia on the shotgun. He sends Alexander out wide. They hand it off to Newberry. Newberry goes into the end zone! And it's all going to come down to a 2-point conversion attempt. That is the last true play from scrimmage in this ballgame. Because if they miss this, we're just sticking with 2-point conversions the rest of the way and going to triple overtime. A.J. Newberry jumps into the end zone. And Vanderbilt is 2 yards away from winning this game. Let's see what they call here. They're going to line up right now. I cannot believe this is happening. Pavia in the pistol with Alexander behind him. He delays, hands off to Alexander, and Vanderbilt has beaten Alabama! They rushed the field in Nashville, or at least they were, if the animations were there for, but you can bet that's happening. Vanderbilt has taken down the Crimson Tide. History repeats itself in Nashville. Diego Pavia, 307 passing yards, 2 scores, a huge amount of rushing yards, and Alabama is crushed. The Tide will not survive. Vanderbilt will take the Southeast for their own. And we have truly seen a historic moment here as we begin the top 25 in college football 25 season-long Imperialism. 43-41 is your final. Let's go to the map. Give me 1 second to set this up. We're getting a whole bunch of lag. Because this took a while. Okay. Set this up here. What an unbelievable game. What an insane upset. Grab that island because we missed it last time. That's it. Oopsie. In Alabama, the tide stops here. You beat Georgia. Played well there. You couldn't beat Vanderbilt in real life, and you couldn't do it here. Bye-bye. There. Now we can make Vanderbilt's logo huge. So put it right here. And just stretch it way up. Bigger? Bigger? No. Maybe go a little smaller. Actually, no, this is the biggest pack logo. Yeah, I think that's the one. So Vanderbilt has made their play. They win their 4th game of Imperialism, and they unseat Alabama to bring us to our top 24, which looks like this. I cannot believe that just happened. Bama is gone, and the only teams with an overall of 90 or above that are left are Texas and Oregon. That's it. This is going to be a tournament that's won by the underdogs unless Texas and Oregon have their way. And I can't wait to see how it's going to go. We're going to do another episode tomorrow, probably in the late afternoon. I'm not really going anywhere. I don't really have any time constraints. There's no real games that I care about. But I will see y'all then. What an insane episode. And we're just going to keep going. This chaos will continue all the way to January 20th. And I can't wait to watch along with you.